Here's the completed vampire or princess game. I'm going to start the server. Okay, the address is already in use. I'm going to send a message to the client. Okay, here is where I can record a video and post it to the server. Okay, I'm going to start the game. It's a draw, nobody won there. And there's the GPS. Vampire lost. Well, this game is similar to Tic-Tac-Toe, 3 in a row. Barbie won that time. This is how the GPS is able to display the location data. This code here is for the permissions for the device to access the permissions. The permissions needed are the location. I have it in the manifest. Access course location and access find location. Those are the permissions needed for the GPS. And also the location track, which checks the device's location manager to make sure that the user's data can be displayed. This is the location manager, and checks the distance and displays the latitude and longitude. And here's the logic for the Tic-Tac-Toe game. Here are the arrays, the buttons are displayed in arrays. As in numbers under 4. Because it's 3 in a row. This is the winning logic. And this checks the board to see if the player has won or not. The Barbie is the winning player. This checks the board against the array logic when the game is over. And the vampire is the losing character. It will display a message once the player has won or lost. Or if nobody has won or lost, it's a draw, that message will come up. Okay, this page displays the logic for the client connection. This is the server IP and the server port. And the variable for the client socket. The text view contains the message that's displayed whenever the client connects to the server. And this posts the time that the client connects. And this shows the message. The message is in color whenever the client connects. We'll say connecting to the server and connected to the server. And this is the client thread that gets the server IP. And adds a new socket through the server port. And this sends a message whenever the client disconnects from the server. And also on this page is the camera and microphone hardware access logic. Okay, the video directory stores the video whenever a video is recorded to the SD card, and You can go to the gallery and pick a video, or you can record a video. And this here is to for the permissions. And this is whenever a video is captured. Here are the permissions here: record audio, camera, write, external storage. You can select a video from the gallery or record a video from the camera. And this piece of code here is to pick whichever one of those options you want to do. And it displays it through the video view, the video view widget. And this piece of code here saves the video to the internal storage. It's saved as an MP4 file. And this code here contains the socket logic. The server logic. The same thing as the client. The text view displays the message whenever the client is connected to the server or whenever the server has started. Shows a message that's in color. And it sends a message to the client. If there's an error started in the server, that error will be displayed in red. And this is piece of code here is when the socket accepts a new connection and communicates to the client. And this message is displayed when a client has disconnected. Along with the time. And this is the TCP portion of it. And this is just the main menu. It goes from each activity. This project was kind of a challenge as far as getting the client server functions to work. I had a bit of trouble doing that. But I did learn some things about how to set up a client server game and application in Android because I've never done that before. And it did go along with my expectations for the class because I also learned how to run JUnit tests. I've never done that before. And for my future projects, school projects and business projects, I'll run integration and or unit tests. Right now, I'm currently in the process of building a game, a multiplayer game with Unity. And I'm going to be running some integration tests with that. I know how to do that. And my capstone project is going to be done with Unity because I'm more familiar with that framework. And I've never heard of integration or unit tests prior to taking this course. Well, I think I've learned some useful information within this course regarding tests. But I did expect to explore other game frameworks, hence the name Game Development Frameworks. Because I'm just so used to using Unity, I've never really had the time to learn any other game development framework. But to me, 2 weeks isn't really enough time to actually learn completely how to make a whole game on a framework, because it took me about 3 or 4 years to learn Unity. So that's why I chose Android, because I'm also a little bit familiar with Android. But I've never made a game on it. I've just tried to make other applications on it. Here is the app again, the game again. Okay, the server's already in use. Here's the video camera. And there's the GPS. Okay, this is the end of the screencast. Okay.